Today's My Health segment brought to you by Choose for Health, the world's first super fruit, seed, vegetable, antioxidant, chewable dietary supplement.
Now, we often hear that a healthy diet should include fish because it gives us those essential omega-3 fatty acids, right? But there are reports that fish can actually be bad for our health and could even lead to cancer. Here to tell us more is our health expert, Dr. David Friedman. Welcome back to the show.
Hello, Beth. Good to see you.
Always love having you here. Now, I've done a lot of reading about this, and I have to say there's something fishy going on here.
Something fishy going on. First, let me reiterate to everybody, fish is an important part of the diet. Research actually shows that eating 2 servings of fish a week could cut by 1/3 the risk of death from heart disease. So it's important, but what you want to watch out for is where the fish comes from. That's the key. See, some are caught in the wild, but many are farm-raised fish, and that's where the dangers come in.
Okay, now I've read that salmon, trout, and tilapia are some of the most popular or widely farmed fish. But they're also the most popular to eat, right?
Actually, they're great for you if you get them in the wild. But see, farm-raised fish often have high levels of dangerous polychlorinated biphenyls, big word, it's PCBs for short, up to 10 times higher than that of wild fish.
Now, I've read a little bit about the PCBs and the research that I was doing, and they were banned in 1977. That's a long time ago. So how are they ending up in our fish?
Well, Beth, PCBs often show up in high amounts in fish food pellets that are fed to these farm-raised fish. This contains 14 chemicals, most of them pesticides, that have been banned in the USA. See, this isn't an issue when the fish are caught in the wild because, you know what? They eat what they catch. That's naturally. Now, the most popular fish out there is salmon. Everybody loves salmon. But according to many health experts, farm-raised salmon can be so contaminated with cancer-causing chemicals that eating it more than twice a month may increase your risk of getting cancer by 10 times.
Wow. 10 times.
10 times.
So, but not all farm-raised fish are bad. I mean, how do we know if we're buying the farm-raised fish?
Well, many companies who catch fish in the wild, they want you to know about it. So what they're going to do is they're going to put it on the label. But it's not always easy to tell. In fact, in the U.S., 90% of salmon that we eat is farm-raised. So here's some tips for you. Farm-raised salmon sells year-round, while wild salmon is generally available from the months of June through October. Farm-raised salmon may sell for as low as $5 a pound, but wild salmon can go for around $15 a pound.
Are there ways that we can prepare it or cook it to make it a little more healthy, a little better for us?
Instead of frying, choosing broiling, grilling, or baking in a dish that has a drip pan, because these cooking methods allow the PCBs in the fat to cook off the fish. See, the fat in the fish, that's where these chemicals migrate. Farm-raised fish often are more fatty. You know why? Because they're confined in smaller cages, so they don't exercise, they get fatter.
Okay, now if people are out there, heading to the store today and they want to know if they're buying farm-raised versus wild, and they don't necessarily trust the labels, is there a way just to look at the piece of fish?
Yes, fish farmers want the meat to look healthy, that bright orange, reddish color that we expect when we go to the store. So a lot of them inject dyes into the fish to give it that right color. Actually, we have some pictures of 3 pieces of salmon. The left is the farm-raised fish. See the light orange-brown color? The fish in the middle has been injected with dyes to make it look right, which means it wasn't healthy to start with. And the piece on the right is the healthy salmon, the way it looks when you catch it in the wild. That's how you want it.
Okay, now what about all the hype that we've seen, especially in news articles, about mercury levels in fish? Should we be concerned?
Actually, Beth, there's no significant difference in farm versus wild caught when it comes to mercury levels, so not a concern.
So you're not concerned at all?
Not at all. Actually, mercury levels, highly overpublicized. It's only an issue if somebody eats fish every day.
Thank you so much for joining us. Another great discussion.
Great being here again.
Appreciate it. Now, if you would like to comment on this story or just ask a question, you can go to thebalancingAct.com/askthedoctor.